Hello YouTube, welcome to Sunday in the shop. It's Saturday morning and it has been raining. Look at that water puddle. It's about 34 degrees. There is snow that can come in later on this evening, but it's not even supposed to be an inch of snow. But let's go inside where it's nice. We're going to play with the new CB radio. Okay, this is my new radio. We may dim the light so you can see how nice that does look blue. There's a picture of the box. We have shown it before in another video. So let's pause here and we'll dim the lights here so you can see the color a little bit better. Okay, it's still not showing up what it should be. I will try to take a picture of how nice this blue is. It is a lot darker than this. We're not going to do a review on this, we'll just show you some of the functions. We'll show you how you change the color. I mean, the instruction manual is really good. That's called like a cyan. See, that's yellow, it don't even look like. You kind of tell the button's better than the screen. That's clear. Red, which kind of looks orange on this camera. Green, and it is a much nicer green. It really is. It is a lot darker green in this. And then we'll go back to blue. We'll stop, we'll try to take a picture of it. Okay, there is no skip out here. At nighttime I'm getting a little bit on channel 6. I mean, there is no skip out here. The conditions are gone. But we'll show you a few things this does have, or tell you what it has. It does have talkback. And you can adjust what level it is coming out of the speaker. What talkback is, when you talk, you hear yourself coming out of the speaker of the radio. You can adjust the level that you want. It's got a little Roger beep that's not very strong. It's not like some of your ham radios and stuff that would have a Roger beep. But I really don't, without studying, the automatic squelch. My ham radio had that. It's a different kind of squelch, but I just use it old school. You squelch out the noise. Okay, here's how you scan on all 40 channels. Just hold your button. You see it came around to 6 and scan came up. So there it scans. Okay. Something came in, then it takes off again. Really nice feature. I've had a ham radio, well, HR2510. It's ham radio that people converted to use for CB use, 11 meters. And I always liked it. I could scan all 40 CB channels, see what's out there locally or what's going on. So, say we're tired of scanning, usually I just key the button, but if you get into a bind and you want to cancel something, a lot of times, being I'm still learning, I just turn it off. And this always comes back to the channel you was on. So if you shut it off there it is. Here's another neat feature. The emergency channel up here, you can program it to whatever you want. I got channel 19 in there. See where it said emergency? EMG. Wait. The only reason it says AM here, there's export models that has AM and FM. So you got PA and CB button. Like I said, these buttons do more than that. See how this one is a function button? Weather channel. Press and hold this, okay, till that F comes up. Hold on, bear with me. I'm still learning this. Nope. Let's start over. Let's start over again. Might as well show my mess up here. Well, so it's got function. Let me pause here and then we'll figure. Okay, let's see if it'll work on camera. You press and hold the function button. Okay. Let's do it again. See, it's shy on camera doing it. So I'm still learning this. There we go. See how I'm having trouble with learning that?
Becoming 20 to 30 miles an hour.
Not to broadcast it. But I live near Sioux City. I get Sioux City weather. The other night I got Norfolk, Omaha, Storm Lake, which is a little ways out of Sioux City, but it's rare if I ever get like Des Moines or anywhere. You have 7 weather channels. And if you want to get out of the weather channels, there's no scan for the weather channels. You either key your mic or around the mic and I just turn it on. And I'm assuming I was on channel 14 before. 6 is worried about the only place, if there's hardly any skip and you start getting any, you will start again on channel 6 on AM. I'm just used to sideband radio, so I always say AM or sideband. But that's about all I can show you right now, unless you had one or wanted to read the manual. But if you had trouble with the weather channel, I'm going to do it again. We're going to put the squelch over, okay? You're supposed to press and hold the function button, okay? See, it worked good that time. Went right there. So I could be doing something a little wrong. But I said, with multi-buttons like that, read your manual. Just keep practicing it. It's like it was camera shy, or I just fumbled because I was on camera. But it's Sunday in the shop. We're allowed to mess up. It will receive without the microphone, so that's nice. Go back here and show you the microphone. I like this little microphone. The little Cobra I got this big bulky thing. I like this. This is what I used to have ham radio stuff. The next models up have up and down channel buttons, is why that's shaped like that. I've seen some reviews on this radio. There is several videos on YouTube if you really want to see what it looks like inside and more what I'm showing. But yeah, just a common 4-pin mic and a really nice cord. This is a little better cord. You can tell by the gray color. And like, I mean, you could tell a quality cord from those really cheap plastic ones, just by feeling it and looking at it. I mean, even on camera, this is that gray nice. This is something just nice that would come on one of my ham radios. So, enough of that. We're going to show you an antenna that we bought, just for the fun of it, because I wanted one. I mean, I really didn't need it, but I will find a use for it, because I'm using it for a skip right now on a magnet mount. So, we're going to take down the magnet mount and show you why I bought it, just for playing around in here in the shop. Okay, this is that cheapy little magnet mount I bought, but $25. I mean, if you don't have any parts, say you're just starting out, and I don't have hardly any CB stuff anymore, this is repairable, I'm sure, because I've taken these apart and put new coax on these. Actually better, you can unscrew this antenna. Your decision. Well, you want to run a radio without an antenna on. I wouldn't do it all day long. I mean, you have received parts of the radio, but this has one side of this wire should be the hot side, the other side would be ground. I'm not taking it apart because there's going to be a nut in there, but you can repair these. I am sure you can do it on this one. I've had one of these before, where you put better coaxial cable. Pronounce it correctly. Don't say coax. Anyway, I can get away. We're talking about CVs on ham radios. Okay, so that's the plus about buying this little $25 antenna. You can do this even though it's Sunday. Okay, here's an antenna that I do recommend. Okay, I had a 4-footer one of these years ago. I used it even on a police scanner. I found this at the truck stop for 20 bucks. Francis Whip, the hot rod. Now I don't know what the 4-foot one is called, but the 4-foot one I always run 17 or 18 foot of coax. This is 3 foot tall. We're just going to slowly pile this because we're not getting paid to show this stuff. So if you're interested, you can look this stuff up. Just your standard blah blah blah. But on the back, I mean, you got in 3 different languages, and I can't find it right now. I'm sure it said use 19 feet. That could be for co-phasing on a semi-truck. So I really can't tell you. But that's up to you to study that. Because all I know is on a 4-footer I can use 17 or 18. And there's no tuning on this, okay? There's no taking this tip off. There's no little screw terminal. There's no clipping a wire. There's no wire stinger like fire sticks. And it is individually pre-tuned. It is, gotta hang with me here. Yeah, up here at the top, see? Single antenna, use 19 feet. Like I said, in my 4-footer, I know I'm positive I'd use 17 or 18. This tells how many quarter waves this antenna is. Somewhere on here. Let me pause and find it, and then I'll be right back. That was quick. Double quarter wave. A quarter wave on CB is 18 feet. I could be wrong. Somebody correct me if it's 17. It's a double quarter wave antenna. There is a lot of wire in these. I've never seen one tore apart. All I know is I was told these are really popular, like out in New York. When I used to talk skip to different people, and then I talked to one guy out there. He lived on Long Island years ago. We talked on sideband, and he told me that winding sealed inside fiberglass for long life durability. I'm not saying any company. Some of those cheap antennas, the wire is on here, and it's just plastic around them, and that plastic will rot off. Okay, everything's sealed in this fiberglass. It's sealed forever. There's a little glue in here. Down here, let that fall. See, there's some sealer. It's all sealed. Nothing's ever going to get into it. Don't try pulling this off. I said don't do no good. These are pre-tuned. When they make these, I do trust the company to make these. I had one and I loved it years ago. I use it on my scanner all the time. For some reason, it just seemed to work good on my scanner. But 20 bucks, I mean, I was lucky to get it at a truck stop. I don't have to pay no shipping for anywhere. But enough bragging and promoting that. Decided if you're just starting out, you want to start playing with the stuff, you have to get you a trucker's mount and all that stuff where it screws in there. But if you're just learning that, I mean, there's all kinds of ways to mount antennas on cars. Go to your truck stop and look at your fittings where your coax screws into it and then the antenna screws into it, and you just use the same and it goes to the back of the radio. And it's just second nature to me. I play with this stuff enough years, but we're going to screw this back in here and it's going to go back up on the shelf. We have coax run outside. You just go to a base antenna. If it ever stops raining, I'll go put an end on the cable, and I'll put a splice on here, which I don't recommend ever splicing coaxial cable. We're not really transmitting. I was going to stick it on my big metal table outside just to get it out of the shop, away from everything, and use it to listen to the skip if it rolls in. So this magnet would not probably hold this antenna driving around town with no wind. It's not big enough magnet. It really isn't. But for sticking it out on something metal, if you don't have a car and you have like a little metal garden shed, you know, those ones, anything that's like probably 8 foot square, 8 foot by 8 foot, is enough to put a magnet mount or mount an antenna that actually physically grounds to it instead of a car body. So you can use a mobile antenna as a base. You just need a big ground plane, big hunk of metal. Just imagine it has to be big like the roof of a car. Get a junk car and pull in your backyard and put an antenna in the middle. I've done that before. I've had a junk car in the backyard and I had an antenna right in the middle of the roof. So stay tuned. We'll find something else besides the radio stuff because some of you might get bored of it. Oh, running off a battery. We have a computer power supply. We don't trust it. We've had power supplies blow up before. We're in the old safe and sure just using a car battery for the radio. So stay tuned. Okay, cracks on a quarter wave. Quarter wave with CV's 8.5 foot. You get the big old stainless steel whips like you seen on the Andy Griffith cop car. That's a quarter wave. So half wave is going to be 17 feet. So there's 17 feet of wire or whatever they put in here to make it that. So I corrected that. Quarter wave is 8.5 foot. So somebody's probably already screamed that at me. I haven't done this stuff in a while. It's been a long week. So, no excuses. I screwed up. Excuses are just some sorry thing you come up with instead of admitting you were wrong. I was wrong. Shame on me. There, I'll give you a little more of this double helical continuous load winding. I know I'm plugging this antenna, but they work. And if you're just starting out, you want something simple, buy whatever, but get you one of these to play with. You have to. I'd recommend this over the 4-footer. I would, because this was always a popular one, I was told, was the hot rod. So enough of that. Let's find something else to do. Okay, Christmas present to myself, and I need to remember to thank YouTube. If it wasn't for YouTube and me monetizing my videos, I would not have a lot of stuff I have. So this is like Christmas presents from YouTube. The radio, I mean everything. And that's what I do. I mean, majority of what I make off YouTube, I buy stuff with and then make more videos. My longtime subs know I do that. I'm not hoarding my money away to be a millionaire. Anyway, I didn't make it to Walmart till Christmas Eve. And you talk about a madhouse. And I went to one Walmart and then looked at the knives and stuff. There's very sorry condition there. If you look on YouTube, like I do every year, Christmas knives for the year, like your knife packs, you get like 3 Kershaws or whatever. I'll show you what I found, which is okay. It's Christmas present for the neighbor. Help me out, neighbor kid. This was half price, $8. Okay? So let's go ahead and so you can see it clearer. Regular 16 bucks. Put this back on here when you take these in and out, that stuff will fall out. You got your cutter discs, which I stacked them together. I'll stack like 4 cutter discs together and then use it like a grindstone like these, and they do work good doing that. You got your basics. You actually got a couple of your carbide type mini milling bits. That's kind of a weird tapered one. This compound's never any good. I use Harbor Freight. Here's something you don't see too often. You'll see all these pads. You won't see this little rag type cloth one. And that's your emery rubber, like a rubber eraser for polishing. These, do not abuse these. If you don't abuse these, they'll last a long time for little projects. Don't use to be grinding down metal and just ruining it, because you're going to regret it once it's gone. Use these in moderation on stuff. The flapper thing. I hardly ever use these. You know, even if I got a pretty good powerful Dremel, I just have no use to cut any big giant stuff. The brushes. Can't complain. You get your common, these probably aren't brass, they're probably brass coated steel. Get your common brushes here, okay, and here. So it's not a bad kit for $8. It's not as much as in the Harbor Freight $15 one, but you have different collets, because mostly is because you have different size drill bits. Most everything in here use like your 8-inch collet. Your standard right here. Get your finger out of the way. See how you got 3 of them? Because you know you're going to strip the screw out of them. So I do have a few extra old ones, but see, there's 3 of them in there. So they will get you by. But not bad for $8. We'll show you the brand name here. Of course, your back, it shows you everything that's in it. And I'm not going to pause. You can pause. But like I said, put this back in here. You will regret it if you do not. Put that back in there. You'll have stuff falling all over. Okay, we'll go off and show you the Christmas present I got for the neighbor. Maybe he'll watch my video and he'll get over and get his gift. We won't pause with us reach it. Like I said, there was no knife selection. There was not the ones like you, like I said, a few years back when I showed my Kershaw. I got 2 knives. I had Schrade one winter where you had 4 knives, Schrade for like $20. None of that. Now, I didn't go there till like the first 2 weeks, about the middle of December on one Walmart, and this Walmart was just as bad for that, except they did have one little area out in the aisles that was nowhere near sporting goods. We were walking away from sporting goods, going up down the middle aisles when I spotted some tools, flashlights, all that crap, and I found this. Okay, he likes to fidget with stuff. You get all these extra blades. Okay, I don't know if it shows you better on the back. Kind of shows you better. These all fit here. These are all the same to me. See the shape? And that comes in it. Just like these. They look all the same to me. But that's just to me. that saw, you're not going to saw through a whole lot. And if you look at the blade, that's pretty wide. Where this is, we're kind of taking it, that's pretty wide. If you was trying to cut through something all the way through the knife, that's going to get in your way. So that's not the greatest design. But something to tinker with, I can't tell you the price. Let's just say it was probably around 16 bucks. I mean, they miscounted on this. They missed one. Clip point, gut hook. That means that little hook up in there. Most people use that for cutting rope, paracord. But if he doesn't get over here, I'm going to be taking this out of the box and playing with it. And they did not give me a wrench to change the blades that I know of because they're little torch bits. I'm sure you got to loosen something here on these screws to get the blade out. But I want to take a picture of that. I'll just show you. So that's about it. That's it for the week, folks. I want to thank you for watching. And have a Happy New Year coming up. And we'll look forward to seeing you next Sunday.